Hello, welcome to week 14 of the 40-week series for the parents of toddlers to support them through the second year of cochlear implant. Those who have received cochlear implant very early in age, before the age of 2 years. If you wish to download the full resource from our website, please click the link given below. Subscribe to Cochlear India YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get notification for the next episode. So starting with the auditory goals for 14th week, you should expect your child to listen and understand two commands together and follow them in a sequence. For example, if you tell the child, wash the pear and put it in a plate and bring it, the child should be able to wash the pear and then not look at you, but then go and find a plate and put it in the plate and get it. The same sequence. In your receptive language goals, expect your child to understand the question, what do you want? For example, if you're cutting the fruit and eating, then there are different fruits on the table in the tray, and then you ask, what do you want? The child should understand that you're asking for a fruit, and the child should be able to say, I want a pear, or I want an apple. Also, suppose you're doing any other activity. For example, just give him a blank paper and you say, draw two circles. There are no crayons or markers on the table. So the child looks at you and you ask, what do you want? The child should be able to say, I want markers. Again, when you are doing that, wash your hands. You say, wipe your hands now. There is no napkin or no towel around. So ask the child, what do you want? The child should be able to say, I need a napkin or I need a towel. Coming to expressive language goals, now the child should be able to use little and big and huge, small, all these adjectives. You remember we were doing the story of Eddie? So tell him to retell the story to you and see whether he is using the word little or big. In that, if he is not using, then you say expected pause and use those listening strategies to make him understand that you're expecting him to say it. The child should also be able to use some of these three sounds per, ter, ker in some of the words which are common and again which are repeated during the week. In your speech goals, expect the child again to talk about per, ter, ker. So you need to give a lot of auditory bombardment on these three sounds and start doing 3-syllabic babbling for these sounds with different vowels. For example, pa, 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 tu, 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 ko, ko, ko. And the child should be able to imitate exactly the same way, the same sound, with the same speed also. Okay. Also, in your speech goals, expect the child to be little more clear in the speech in all those sounds which you have already taught. Expectation of self-monitoring continues. Okay. Suppose you are making sandwich. That you expect the child when you say butter, the child should be able to say butter. So expect butter. So how do you give this lot of auditory bombardment of these three sounds? Is through the activities. Suppose you are doing activity of fruits, then pick up the fruits with per, like pear, papaya, pomegranate, apple. When you are making sandwiches as a snack for the child, then pick up ingredients like boiled potato, tomato, cucumber, butter, and the verbs also cut, paste. When you are playing, just interacting, drawing, free drawing on a paper, then you ask the child, draw circle, draw 2 circles. Which one do you want? Take a paper and talk about those different colors, and the child should be able to do the command also. Coming to tips now. There are 3 P's we are going to talk about in this. One is pacing, one is progressive listening, and one is wait and pause. So starting with wait and pause, this is a listening strategy, and we were always telling that you should wait, you should pause, so the child gets a time to process the language and then react accordingly. But now you pause and wait more, little more this week. Don't be in a hurry to model. Wait for the child till the child says something, maybe right, maybe wrong. Coming to pacing, if your child is showing that the child is getting bored, look at the body language of the child. If the child is fidgety, the child is hyperactive, child is not paying attention, then maybe your pacing is wrong. If your pacing is too fast, means you are doing the activity too fast, then slow down. And if you're doing it too slow, repeating so much, then maybe you need to cut down repetitions and go a little faster at the pace of the child. What is progressive listening? From easy to difficult, known to unknown, we are moving. For example, we move from closed set to open set. What is closed set? When you have all the fruits on the table, like we mentioned the fruits, you have put pear, pomegranate, apple, banana, strawberries on the table. But when you say, I want to cut pomegranate, the child has to concentrate on that set of fruits and selects one. But now you should move to open set. You don't have papaya on the table. Your papaya is in the kitchen. And you say, I want to cut papaya. Now the child has to look around and say that there's no papaya. And then you say, papaya is in the kitchen. Go and get it, and get a knife also. So you are combining receptive language, goal, audition, everything together. Also, in progressive listening, suppose you are doing paper and then you have stickers there. You are making a greeting card. Then you have stickers there. And from the stickers, you say, pick up star sticker and stick it on the card. Now the child will look at that paper of stickers and select one. But suppose you say, draw 2 circles on the card. Now there is no hint or indication of what you're talking about. The child has to listen and understand. That becomes an open set. Okay. From predictive information, move to unpredictive information. What is predictive information? For example, you say, I'm going to cut pomegranate and it will have red seeds. That's quite predictive. The child knows there will be red seeds. And when you cut open, there will be red seeds. How do you go to unpredictive information? Is you say, when you say, I'll cut pomegranate, put the knife down and say, I'm going to break pomegranate. Now the child thinks, hi, she's going to break it. She'll take a hammer and break it. That is unpredictable. He doesn't know. She doesn't know how you are going to break it. So you split it open with your hands And then the child understands, oh, that's how we break pomegranate. We can't do that to pear or papaya or other fruits. Again, another listening progressive is from known information to unknown information. When you're saying pomegranate will have red seeds, we will eat the seeds, you're having known information. The child knows that. But when you open the pomegranate and you say, we'll take out juice from these seeds, so we will have pomegranate juice. Maybe the child doesn't know that how to take out juice. Maybe the child doesn't know we can have juice from these seeds. So that becomes unknown information. Again, what we are doing, we are increasing the vocabulary of the child, the horizon, the language, new vocabularies be given. Longer sentences are used. Known to unknown we are going. Slow speech to normal speech. When you were telling the story of Eddie, the teddy bear, so you were saying, when you were reading it, you were saying, Eddie said, this is not my bear. It's a huge bear. My bear was little bear. So you're going little slow in speech so that the child can understand and process the language. But now this week, when you're reading the book again, don't do that. Just go normal. Eddie looked at the bear and he said, this is a huge bear. This is not my bear. My bear is little bear. So it's still I'm having intonation in my voice, but the speech is very normal, not dragging. Close distance to more distance. Earlier we were saying that the child should sit at 1 meter level, 1 meter distance when you're talking to the child in the session or even at home, be at 1 meter distance. Then we move to 2 meter distance. Now this week, we expect the child to be in the radius of 2 meters anywhere. But the child should be able to listen to you, understand and process the language. And strike conversation with you. Also in speech awareness or sound awareness, move to 3 meter distance. So start calling the child from 3 meter distance and the child should be able to respond. I would say even go from another room and call the child. And child should hear your voice and come that, are you calling me? Repetitions is the next one. We move from more repetitions to less repetition. Earlier we were saying that if the child is not understanding, then we repeat the same sentence the same way to give the benefit of reinforcement. And I think you remember that also, that we said 3 is a golden rule. So no more than 3 repetitions. But now we are saying not even 2 repetitions, only once you say, the child should be able to listen and understand. But if it doesn't and you have to give repetition, then you change the wording of the sentence. And the meaning should remain the same, but the sentence structure should be different. For example, you tell your child, I want to cut pomegranate. So the child does not understand. You say, give me the knife, I want to cut pomegranate. You're holding the pomegranate in your hand and you say, I want to cut the pomegranate. And second time you say, I want a knife to cut the pomegranate. So the meaning is the same. Last one is from quiet environment to background noise. Earlier we said that when you're talking to the child, see that the TV is off and your electronic equipment is off and your windows are closed if there's a traffic noise. So the child can concentrate and listen clearly what you are talking about. But now we say, move out, go to the natural environment. Even on the road with little traffic noise, the child should be able to do conversation with you, understand what you're doing, understand what you're saying, and listen to you. When you go to the garden or the park, or you go to a birthday party where you see a lot of children chattering and making noise, the child should be able to have selective listening to your voice and understand what you're doing. So we train the brain accordingly. The book for this week is Gingerbread Man. Very common and popular book. This is selected for many advantages. You will see there are per words in this also: cook, catch, cow. There is little old woman. There are parts of the body of the wolf: tail, back, head. There are sight words. So I'll just show you that. 1 minute. You know the story of Gingerbread Man. A little old woman baked or cooked gingerbread man. The gingerbread man ran away and the woman is chasing, and the woman said, "Wait a minute, I want to eat you." And the gingerbread man said, "You can't catch me, I'm a gingerbread man." Then he meets a cow, and the cow says, "Wait for me, I want to catch you." And he says, "You can't catch me, I'm a gingerbread man." Then he meets a horse. And now the child should be able to repeat what you said, because there is exact repetition of small sentences. And this is when you talk about the river, how he wants to cross the river by the help of wolf. Goes to the tail, goes to the back, and to the head. Now the sight words. Here are the sight words where you can see what are the sight words. The cow, the old woman, gingerbread man, and the child has to match the written word with the picture as per your demand, whatever commands you give. Okay. The theme of this week is colors. We start introducing colors. The best is to start with Play-Doh. Suppose you are having a birthday party of the doll, and then you say, "What cake do you want? You want chocolate cake?" Then you pick up the brown clay. You want pineapple cake? Then you pick up yellow clay. You want strawberry cake? Then you pick up red clay, like that. So this again is interrelated to all the goals of audition, speech, language, and make it very, very meaningful in life through experience and activities. Thank you. Write your questions in the comments, please, so that I can clear your doubts. And see you next week. Thank you.